It's hard to believe that Afghanistan, a country with 50 years of wars and poverty, could build a mega project. Even though they're poor, their government started building a massive artificial river in northern Afghanistan. They're paying for this project from the nation's budget, without help from other countries. This artificial river is called the Qosh Tepa Canal, and when it is completed, it will be one of the longest water canals in the entire world. But what is the point of the Qosh Tepa Canal? How will they get the money for it? Will it work or turn into a colossal disaster? The canal is expected to be really long, about 285 kilometers and 152 meters wide. It starts from a river called Amu Darya in a place called Balkh province and goes through places like Jowzjan and Faryab provinces. The main goal of this project is to combat drought caused by global warming. They also want to add more water to underground reserves and create new farming systems that will help thousands of people suffering from hunger. Currently, Afghanistan depends on assistance from other countries because they cannot produce enough food on their own. About 20 million people do not have enough food, and 6 million of them are very close to starvation. To fix the country's hunger, they want to turn about 55,000 hectares of land into farms, focusing on growing things like cereals and wheat. In fact, Afghanistan does not only want to solve the problem of hunger, but even sell grain to other countries until 2028. The construction started in 2022, and building the canal is split into 3 stages. The first 2 stages will dig the canal, and the third stage will add the irrigation system and other things. In the first stage of construction, they removed about 1 million cubic meters of soil every day. This is impressive because the machines they used were old, and at the same time, they also planted lots of trees by the canal to make the soil strong and stop erosion. They even planted crops in a 20-kilometer area to see how well the soil and irrigation system work. The way they've picked the location for the canal is smart. It goes through places where the soil is good for growing things, and it's close to towns and villages. This means the water from the canal can be used to water the plants in the areas that really need it. Building something this big is very difficult and requires a lot of workers, but even though they had no outside help, they were very determined to make it work. Some people criticized the Qosh Tepa Canal, saying it was built quickly with bad technology. But the Afghan government's data shows that everything was done really carefully, following all the rules for building. However, the canal doesn't have a floor or walls made of concrete. If they had used concrete, it would have cost a lot more money, which Afghanistan doesn't have. Another problem that experts worry is that the canal might make the soil too salty, not just in Afghanistan, but also in nearby areas. The canal goes over or close to flat areas and places where water flows in a certain way. This could change how water moves below the ground to the Amu Darya River, leading to more water and salt in the soil. Certain lands may not only become salty, but may also become too wet, so they cannot be used for agriculture. This phenomenon has also happened near the Karakum Canal in Turkmenistan. Although there are ways to stop this, such as installing special systems on the channel, these ideas are not discussed in the Qosh Tepa channel yet. Since there's not much electricity near the canal, more and more solar panels are being used to make electricity. And there are also other things being built, like bridges and important buildings. People who live close to the canal are doing better economically. Many people have jobs, old farms are made better, and roads are improved. Even though there are some reports saying things are not going well, everyone who works on the project is paid well and on time. The money for this all comes from the government's taxes. At first calculation, the costs for this project were supposed to cost about $500 million, but now they think they'll need $100 million more. Even though the project was supposed to be finished by 2028, it might actually be done sooner, maybe by 2025. Definitely, this project will bring big changes to Afghanistan, solving water and agriculture problems. Such projects could help the country recover from long wars and become a positive part of the world. What do you think will happen to this project? Share your opinion in the comments.